All right, so we're waiting right now. This was the document that you just annotated the docs with. The question says, use the following documents and your knowledge of world history, evaluate and analyze the similarities and differences in the mechanization of cotton in Japan and India from the time period from 1880s to 1930s. We just talked about those groups, right? So now we're going to go and we're going to talk about what sourcing is, because I really think that you all are having a hard time with sourcing. So let's take a quiz right now. It doesn't matter. Just get it done in the 2 minutes. Okay, so you had 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and try to pick somebody else out to have a sample. All right, first of all, we don't use pronouns before we establish who we're talking about. So this one right now where it just says he doesn't go through the same struggles, right? If he didn't know who the workers were going through and why they were getting the money, he maybe would have paid them more money. Okay, that wasn't going to happen. So no pronouns there. Let's see. As a factory owner, Shinshuki would want to keep his profits high and wages low. He is disconnected from the migrants who came in from the rural villages because he doesn't understand the poverty that pushed the worker into the factory in the first place. This poverty must have been bad in order for, and if they had more time, they may have finished that. People, that's what we're looking for. If you didn't say anything about the profits there, then you're not going to get the credit for it. Does that make sense? Right? As an industrialist, as somebody who has profits, they're going to keep profits high, wages low to benefit themselves. Everybody sees that? Let's see one more. Oh, here. Don't do this. Everybody sees it? In document 3? Oh, no, we cite it at the end. We put the little 3 at the end. Don't ever use the word document when we're writing that. Shinshuki, as a factory owner and industrialist, desires to have enough workers for his machines. He brings in the workers and justifies their low wages through, I don't know. It could have gotten there if we had more time. Let's take a look. So right now, on this one, it's going to say fix the following statement. You're going to have a little more time to make sure you've got this. Make sure you tell me why this person is saying or taking this picture at this time. Ready? Go. Okay, so let's go through a couple of these and see if we've got it. The British British official taking the photo of the Indian cotton mill would most likely create a picture with the best conditions possible to satisfy the international group of cotton spinners. As a British official, he probably controls and oversees the Indian cotton factory, so he doesn't want to show poor conditions that may bring criticism upon the British control over the Indian cotton industry. That is a beautiful sourcing. That's really, really nice. Let's look at a couple more. This photo is taken by a British official in the International Federation of Master Cotton Spinners and Manufacturers Association. This photo shows clean, white clothes, orderly stacked product, and uncrowded machines. This photo is likely taken to attract potential employees. I'll tell you right now, that's not the purpose of that picture. That picture was to show off the machines, not necessarily to attract employees. The other one by the factory owner was to attract employees, right? And so remember, if you repeat, you're wrong. So we don't want to repeat anything that got a sourcing tick on that last one. Remember that the one on your quiz, how it had already gotten it? However, upon closer inspection, there's a clear lack of safety precaution, lack of basic necessities like shoes, and thin people with gaunt faces showing a lack of things to eat. So I'm sure if you had time, you would go into how that contributes to the bad working conditions, and you would include that part in the bad working conditions in that paragraph. Let's take a look at a couple more. The picture taken by the British official is showing the horrible conditions of the Indian textile mills. It doesn't show it. That's not what that picture is. People, that is a pretty picture of all of the pretty machines. Like, it's a beautiful picture. So that's not what it is. There's an increased production of cotton. Yeah, you could use that. Like, that's your EV there. As there are new, bigger machines as a result of mechanization in India. Also, the picture shows how there's a majority of men working in the cotton. So, like, they threw all of the ways this stock could be used in that one statement. I'll tell you, that's not what sourcing is, right? This is the summary thing that you all keep messing up on. I don't want a summary. I want it to look like that first one we got. Let's go back. Look at the difference between that one and this one. Who is taking the picture? Right? He doesn't want to show poor conditions that maybe bring criticism upon the British control over that industry. That is show the purpose of that document. Does everybody see it? Does anybody want me to look at there specifically to talk about it? Where's that, Peter? Thank you, brave soul. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. As a picture taken by a British official of the International Federation of Master Cotton Spinners and Manufacturers Association. People, you can abbreviate that. Yeah. Just to let you know, because when you're writing that out, and this is like, page 5 of your DBQ on exam day, just abbreviate it. It's okay. This official isn't trying to attract potential workers. Instead, he's trying to show off how his factory, or possibly one he oversees, has mass. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so good. This could be compared to something like bragging. You guys, just because we did bragging in one of the documents in another DBQ doesn't mean there's going to be bragging in every DBQ. Because this necessarily isn't bragging, but it could be if you linked it to him being British. Right? If you were to say, as a British officer or official that controls the factory or oversees the factory, he could be bragging, right? But you have to specify that. You have to tell me who he is to do that. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, this can be compared to something like bragging. It's possible we also He also chose to highlight the standing shoeless people in order to show that there are low wages that amount to increased profits for him or the company. That's not a bad inference. I like it. That would get a sourcing point. You know, the little mark. You have to have 4 of them, but that would get it. Very nicely done. Anybody else want me to look at theirs specifically? Are we good? Okay, so with that being said, on your way back to your desks right now, come grab a blue sheet, and we're doing the back side of the blue sheet. Ready?